unlock the unspoken language of attraction. While words can be carefully chosen, masked, or withheld entirely, the human body possesses a complex, involuntary code that is nearly impossible to fake. When someone harbors a secret crush, their internal emotional state undergoes a massive shift, triggering a cascade of physiological responses and behavioral changes. These shifts manifest as subtle, silent signals, micro-expressions, postural alignments, and verbal nuances that bypass the conscious mind completely. Understanding these signs allows you to peer beneath the surface of casual interactions, decoding the hidden, romantic tension that often charges the air between two people before a single confession is ever made. The human brain is wired for connection, and when a deep infatuation takes root, the nervous system enters a state of heightened arousal. This creates a fascinating psychological paradox. The individual desperately wants to remain close to you, yet they are simultaneously terrified of vulnerability and rejection. To navigate this internal conflict, their subconscious mind leaks their true feelings through leakage cues. These are nonverbal behaviors, such as the trajectory of a glance, the angle of their feet, or a sudden shift in their vocal pitch, that betray their carefully guarded secrets. Recognizing these 15 silent signs is not about overanalyzing every single movement. Rather, it is about identifying consistent, repetitive patterns in how someone behaves uniquely around you compared to anyone else. From the digital footprint they leave on your social media to the involuntary flush of their cheeks when you enter a room, these behaviors serve as a powerful roadmap to the subconscious. By learning to observe these subtle shifts, you can read between the lines of daily interactions, cutting through the noise of hesitation to uncover the genuine, hidden feelings someone is quietly holding for you. 1. The micro glance and quick look away. When someone harbors a secret crush, their eyes will naturally gravitate toward you, drawn by an uncontrollable subconscious desire to connect. You will frequently catch them staring from across a room, but the moment your eyes meet theirs, they will abruptly look away, suddenly fascinated by their phone, a wall, or someone else's conversation. This rapid, panicked micro-glance happens because their conscious mind instantly overrides their subconscious attraction, fearing that looking for too long will expose their hidden vulnerability. It is a classic behavioral reflex, driven by a mix of intense fascination and a deep-seated fear of rejection or awkwardness. They want to look at you more than anything, but they absolutely do not want to get caught doing it, creating a repetitive telltale cycle of fleeting glances. 2. Subconscious physical proximity and leaning in. A person with a secret crush will consistently gravitate toward your personal space without even realizing they are doing it. In group environments, you will notice that they always seem to end up standing or sitting right next to you, pulling themselves into your orbit. When you speak, their entire upper body will subtly tilt and lean in your direction, an instinctual physical manifestation of their desire to be closer to you and to hear your every word. This elimination of physical distance is a powerful evolutionary signal of attraction and comfort. Even if the room is incredibly crowded, noisy, or chaotic, their physical posture remains completely oriented toward you, creating an invisible, intimate bubble that closes the gap between you and shuts out the rest of the surrounding world entirely. 3. The mirroring effect of body language. Human beings naturally mimic the people they feel deeply connected to, and this behavioral mirroring amplifies dramatically when someone is secretly infatuated with you. If you sit back and cross your legs, they will likely adjust their posture and cross theirs moments later. If you take a sip of your drink, laugh, or use specific hand gestures while speaking, they will subconsciously adopt those exact same movements. This subtle, psychological mimicry is the brain's way of establishing rapport and signaling. I am just like you, and we are completely in sync. It is an entirely involuntary response, driven by empathy and a powerful desire to be liked, showing that they are paying incredibly close attention to your presence and are emotionally attuned to your every move. 4. Pupil dilation and prolonged eye contact. The eyes genuinely serve as the windows to the soul, especially when it comes to hidden romantic attraction. When someone looks at a person they are intensely attracted to, their brain releases a powerful surge of dopamine, causing their pupils to dilate significantly, regardless of the lighting conditions in the room. If they manage to overcome the initial nervousness of the micro-glance, they will transition into holding intense, prolonged eye contact during your one-on-one conversations. This deep gaze is an attempt to forge a meaningful, intimate emotional connection. Their eyes will lock onto yours, lingering just a few seconds longer than a normal platonic interaction would dictate, revealing a silent, powerful intensity that words cannot express, and that their conscious mind simply cannot hide from you. 5. Unusually vivid memory of small details. A secret crush transforms a person into an incredibly attentive listener who absorbs every single piece of information you share. Months after a casual conversation, they might surprise you by perfectly remembering your favorite childhood movie, an obscure preference in your coffee order, or a minor story about your sibling. While others quickly forget these fleeting comments, a person who likes you stores them away like precious treasure. This happens because their mind is completely hyper-focused on you, treating everything you say as highly significant. Remembering these tiny, seemingly insignificant details is a definitive sign of deep emotional investment, proving that you occupy a massive amount of space in their thoughts and that they value your words far more than anyone else does. 6. Nervous fidgeting or preening in your presence. When someone is around a secret crush, their nervous system enters a state of mild physiological arousal, triggering a wave of anxious energy that manifests through restless physical movements. You will notice them constantly fidgeting with their keys, adjusting their clothing, smoothing down their hair, or touching their face and neck while speaking to you. This behavior serves a dual purpose. It is a subconscious mechanism to release the nervous tension building up inside them, and it is an instinctual act of preening, an evolutionary drive to look as attractive and presentable as possible in front of a potential mate. Their heart is likely racing, and this internal excitement makes it incredibly difficult for them to remain perfectly still, causing their hands and body language to give away their hidden agitation. 7. Feet pointing directly toward you. The human body rarely lies, and the feet are often considered the most honest part of body language because people seldom think to consciously control them. In a crowded room or a group conversation, look down at how their body is aligned, even if they are actively talking to someone else on the complete opposite side of the circle. Their feet will almost always point directly toward you. This is an involuntary biological indicator of interest and attention, showing exactly where their mind wants to go. The brain naturally directs the limbs toward the ultimate object of its desire and focus. If their torso is turned away but their toes are anchored firmly in your direction, it is a powerful, silent declaration that you are the true focal point of their attention. 8. Becoming unusually quiet or exceptionally loud around you. A secret crush disrupts a person's normal social behavior, frequently pushing them into extreme reactions depending on their personality type. Introverted individuals might suddenly freeze up, stumble over their words, or become completely quiet and reserved whenever you enter the room, paralyzed by the intense fear of saying something foolish and embarrassing themselves. Conversely, extroverted individuals might overcompensate for their internal nervousness by becoming exceptionally loud, making dramatic gestures, or telling elaborate jokes to command the room. This sudden shift into high-energy behavior is a subconscious attempt to stand out from the crowd and capture your specific attention. Whether they retreat into total silence or burst into performative energy, the sudden, unnatural change in their baseline demeanor is a clear indicator of your impact. 9. Always finding a reason to initiate light touch. Physical contact is a massive psychological barrier, and someone who likes you will constantly look for safe, socially acceptable ways to break that barrier. You will find them brushing past you a bit too closely, touching your arm to emphasize a point during a joke, giving you lingering high fives or offering playful nudges. These fleeting moments of physical contact are rarely accidental. They are highly calculated yet instinctual attempts to test your comfort level and build physical intimacy. By introducing these brief, non-threatening touches, they are quietly gauging your reaction to see if you pull away or if you lean into the contact, using your physical feedback as a vital gauge to measure whether their romantic feelings might be secretly reciprocated. 10. Defending you extra passionately in group settings. When you have a secret crush on someone, a powerful protective instinct naturally kicks in, making you fiercely loyal to them. If you are in a group setting and someone playfully teases you, criticizes your ideas or disagrees with your opinion, the person who likes you will immediately jump to your defense. They will speak up with surprising passion, validating your perspective and shutting down any negativity directed toward you. often reacting much faster and more intensely than a regular friend would. They simply cannot bear to see you uncomfortable or undervalued. This immediate, unconditional public support is their subconscious way of showing alliance, proving to you that they are a reliable, safe presence who will always have your back, no matter what the social cost. 11. High responsiveness to your social media and messages. In the digital world, a secret crush's attention translates into rapid, high-priority responsiveness. When you send them a text or a direct message, they will often reply almost instantly, shattering the unspoken social rules of playing hard to get. Even if they try to delay their response to seem casual, the depth and effort put into their messages will expose their enthusiasm, as they frequently send long paragraphs, emojis, and follow-up questions to keep the conversation alive. Furthermore, they are consistently among the very first people to view your stories, like your photos, or leave supportive comments on your posts. This hypervigilant digital presence proves that they have notifications turned on for you, keeping you at the top of their feed and constantly on their mind. 12. Remembering and using your name frequently. Hearing our own name is highly validating, and a person with a secret crush will unconsciously exploit this psychological fact. During conversations, you will notice that they insert your name far more often than necessary, saying things like, "Good morning, name," or "What do you think about this name?" Instead of just speaking casually. Using a person's name creates an instant, artificial bridge of intimacy and forces a direct, one-on-one connection even within a noisy, distracted group environment. It is a subtle verbal caress that signals affection and respect. Subconsciously, saying your name simply feels good to them, and they use it as a powerful linguistic tool to draw your specific focus, hold your attention, and make their interactions with you feel uniquely personal and deeply memorable. 13. Finding excuses for one-on-one interaction. While a secret crush might be too intimidated to ask you out on a formal, high-pressure date, they will actively engineer endless excuses to isolate you for casual, one-on-one time. They will suddenly develop a burning interest in your specific hobbies, asking you to show them how a certain app works, walk with them to grab a coffee, or help them study for a project. You will notice a recurring pattern of coincidences, where they happen to leave a venue at the exact same time, as you just to catch a private walk to the parking lot. By engineering these low-stakes scenarios, they eliminate the distracting presence of third parties, creating a safe, controlled environment where they can enjoy your undivided attention and quietly test the romantic chemistry between you. 14. Blushing or flashing a genuine Duchenne smile. The emotional high of being near. A secret crush triggers involuntary, physical reflexes that are completely impossible to fake. The moment you walk into a room or speak directly to them, their face will light up with a genuine Duchenne smile, a deep, authentic expression that crinkles the corners of their eyes and illuminates their entire face. Along with this radiant smile, the rush of adrenaline often causes them to blush, bringing a sudden, uncontrollable warmth and rosiness to their cheeks or ears. This rush of blood to the skin is a classic biological indicator of attraction, emotional excitement, and vulnerability. Even if they try to maintain a cool, detached, and professional composure, these uncontrollable facial reactions instantly betray their internal joy and intense infatuation with you. 15. Subtle changes in vocal tone and pitch around you. The human voice naturally shifts when we communicate with someone we desire, a vocal modulation driven entirely by hormones and subconscious evolution. If they are male, their voice will often drop to a lower, deeper, and more resonant pitch around you, an instinctual display of masculinity and authority meant to project strength. If they are female, their voice may rise to a slightly higher, more melodic and softer pitch, signaling warmth and approachability. Beyond pitch, the overall tone of their voice will soften, becoming noticeably warmer, gentler, and more intimate than the abrupt, casual tone they use with their regular friends. This unique vocal shift is a powerful, auditory signature of attraction, proving that your presence instantly alters their biology and behavior,